So I'm just going to give you guys a quick introduction. My name is Lola. I help people create money-making products from their ideas. And today you are watching another episode of the Periscope Circle of Influence. We scope every Tuesday, every Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And today we're going to be talking about business goals as well as visions, or if you should be doing New Year's resolutions. So I'm going to start the scope by reading to you guys something that I saw on Instagram, and feel free to chime in with your opinions or observations. Okay, so I can't pull it up from my phone. Let's see if we can do it from the computer. All right, guys. How's everyone doing today? How was everyone's holiday? Good, good. Thanks, Bukola. Okay, so I'm just trying to pull up this thing that I saw, and I think it's super relevant for what we are talking about today. Yes, okay, got it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So it talks about New Year's resolutions, and as I was preparing the message, hi from Russia, thank you for joining me. I thought it was super relevant, and I thought I should start with that. So I'm going to go ahead and read that to you. It says, this was by Nicole. I saw it on Nicole's Instagram. Yes, Happy New Year to everyone that's watching us. This is our first scope for the new year, 2017, and we hope that you stick around with us throughout the year. So this is something that I read on Nicole's Instagram, and I thought it was super relevant, and I want to get you guys' opinion on it as we discuss whether or not you should have business goals, whether or not you should have visions or New Year's resolutions. I'm fine, thank you. Thank you. I'm fine, thank you. So it says, ditch the resolutions. To resolve means to find a solution to a problem. You are not a problem. The way you showed up for your life the past year was necessary for your growth. Now is a time to reflect, to learn, to create an intention. A positive call to shift, a spark of magic and manifestations rooted in self-love and backed with actions. Did you guys hear that? Did you guys get that? Hi, Nikki. Thank you for joining me. Thank you so much for coming in. So I read that today, and I was thinking about New Year's resolutions. I don't particularly do New Year's resolutions. I haven't done those in a very long time for my personal self or even for my business, right? And when I read that, it kind of resonated with me when she said, you know, to resolve means to find a solution to a problem, and you are not a problem. When I translate it to business, however, sometimes I know that the reason why we create New Year's resolutions, for example, is because we want to improve on something from the previous year, right? So that just really got me thinking, like, okay, you are not a problem, but maybe in your business you feel like you do have a problem that needs to be resolved, and that would be a reason to create a resolution for the new year, right? Do you guys agree, or what do you guys think? And then I know she said, like, the way you showed up for your life in the past year was necessary for your growth. So that reminded me of, like, when I was talking to people on Sunday about, you know, having dreams and ideas and things like that, I was saying that, you know what, a lot of us may have planted seeds in 2017, and we felt like maybe we didn't get a harvest because we didn't really see the results that we want. However, those efforts that you put in the previous year, they were useful for this year. So I could resonate with that, because I felt like, yes, there are a lot of efforts that we may not have felt yielded much in the previous year, right? But when we look at 2017, we may be able to build on those efforts and actually achieve results from those efforts, right? So I thought that was also really useful in terms of that. So was there anything else I wanted to take from that? So she talks about, like, creating intentions, a positive call to a shift, a spark of magic and manifestation, and things like that, right? And that just had me thinking about, sorry about that. That just had me thinking about, you know, when you create business goals, for example, right, you want to make sure that you're, number one, like I mentioned earlier, you're building on whatever efforts you've put in the previous year. You're making sure that you're improving on whatever you whatever didn't work per se, or whatever you weren't able to complete in the previous year. You're also making sure that you plan your 2017 out for success, and that and you know what, if you didn't start planning for 2017 yet, then you're already behind, so to speak, because we're already in January. We've already started the year. So, you want to make sure that if you haven't started yet, that you start now to get yourself in order. Hello. So you want to make sure that you set yourself up for success and things like that, right? So you're already behind, so start putting things in place. I'm going to share my goals with you for 2017. For example, one of the major things that I was working on, because I had put out the book at the end of the year, in 2016, right? So one of the major things that I've been working on is sort of like a mini book tour. And I've been speaking to a couple of people about that. So I'm really excited about that. And also, I didn't want it to be like a conventional book tour where I just go and I give like a summary of the book and that's the end of it. And then I'm like, buy my book, right? So I structured it in a kind of a way where I'm doing like a workshop on entrepreneurship, which ties perfectly with the book because the book is about entrepreneurship, right? So that's the format that I'm using for that. That's the format that I created for that. And then I'm talking to people about that, right? Another goal that I had set up for 2017, for example, is to do speaking engagements, right? And that's something else that I started to put in place, right? And, I have a couple of things in works for that. So like I said, you want to make sure that you start planning stuff that would make you successful in 2017. So other things that I have in place, like I have my workshop coming back, and I made that announcement just at the end of the year, or I think it was the very last day of the year that I mentioned, just to keep people aware and to keep people ready, right, that the workshop is coming back in the new year, because some people had participated. And what I did with that was that I shared a testimonial of the previous workshop so that people are aware of what has been achieved previously by the workshop and what to expect, right? And then I'll just be building on that throughout the year. So this is just giving you guys ideas of how you can plan your year if you haven't started already, or even if you've started, just how you can improve it or build that momentum for your goals, for your visions, for your business and things like that, right? So, workshops, obviously I'll continue promoting the ebook. I'm currently working on an opt-in with someone right now, for my mailing list, because I know last year I mentioned that I was going to be more intentional about building my email list this year. So I have already started doing that. So what 2016, the end of 2016 was for me was pretty much like a planning phase. And now 2017 is the implementing part of it. And that's what you should be doing in your business. So towards the end of 2016, you would have, what I did was I reflected on the year and then I created plans for the new year. And now that we're in January 2017, I'm implementing those things that, that I identified at the end of the year. So even if you haven't done it yet, what you can do is that you can reflect on the previous year, write out your observations, and then start writing steps to implement some of the things that you want to see this year. Like I said, I will have other digital products coming out and things like that. So, we also mentioned like vision and things like that. So one major thing that I actually learned last year is that you're supposed to have like an income goal. How much do you want to make in the month? How much do you want to make at the end of the year, right? Because it's not enough to say that you want to be a six-figure entrepreneur or whatever, right? But you don't actually have any figures or any breakdown. So something, yes, Bukola, so something that I actually learned, and I learned this from Cece, the Instagram chick, Cece. So what I actually learned from her and I started to do is to have a goal for the month and then break down how I'm going to achieve that. So say, for example, this month I want to make 5K, right? I have to have products or a program or something in place to help me make the 5K. So actually my January is not an income month because it's my finalization month, I should put it that way. But my February is actually my income month, and my target for February is 5K. Now, how do I want to achieve that? I'm writing down the products that I will be implementing in that month. how much it's going to be, how many units I'll have to sell, and things like that. And I'm trying to automate stuff to make sure that I'm able to achieve my goal, right? And that's what you should be doing. Have an income goal. Now, for social media, I have a social media goal. I started working on the content for my goal last night, actually. So it ties into my opt-in as well for the social media, right? And that's something that I've already started working on. So for me, and this doesn't have to be the same thing for you guys. It could be different for you guys. But for me, my January, I decided that I didn't want it to be an income goal because I didn't want to rush into products, right? But I wanted to have like everything set up so that I'm just like pushing them out there and automating and pushing them out there and automating and pushing them out there, right? Which is something that you can do as well. So if you guys have any like suggestions or anything that you've done in your business that worked, and guys, let me know how I'm doing for time, because I think I actually went over. It's 1:15 now. So you guys let me know, and whoever's next, go get ready. Throw up some emojis and then go get set up. So if you guys have any questions, like definitely let me know, or if you have anything you're doing for your business that's working that you want to share with us, absolutely you can do that. So again, this is part of the Periscope Circle of Influence. We come on live every Tuesday, every Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern time, where we share biz tips, tricks, hacks, anything that we've learned that we think will be useful to you guys. We also answer questions that entrepreneurs usually want to ask but may not necessarily know who to ask and things like that. That's what we do. We help you answer those questions. Okay, great. So the next person is going to set up now. I didn't really see, was it Bukola or Deborah? I didn't really see who it was. Yeah. So, so just to do a quick recap, make sure that if you haven't planned your 2017 already, that you start doing it now. And in putting that together, just make sure that you're putting steps in place, right? So you're not only saying that, I want to push out this product or whatever, but you're actually putting a goal in mind and things like that, right? Okay, Deborah, go ahead. I'm just stalling for you. I'm stalling for you right now by doing a recap. Okay. All right, great. Okay. So, make sure that you're intentional and make sure that you're actually writing out things. Make sure that you're giving yourself enough time to properly prepare your products and your services and things like that. Also, make sure you have an income goal, a social media goal. Make sure you know what you're offering to people throughout the year, right? So that you can properly prepare them for the products and services that you have. Thanks, Bukola, for sticking around. I'm just going to wait till Deborah comes in. If you guys are watching on the replay, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Lola, and I help people create money-making products from the ideas. And I forgot to mention earlier, but I am also the confidence booster specialist. So thank you guys for joining us. This is the Periscope Circle of Influence. Go watch Deborah at Sawyerrs House. Bye-bye.